Hi guys, this is Nitin Kumar and today I'm gonna show you that how we'll be able to log in into the system into our Drupal portal with the help of an API. So what we're gonna do that we will create all these things with the help of services module. So let me show you how we are going to do this. So first of all, our services module should be enabled. So this is my local Drupal which I have set up, and you need to make sure that our services module is enabled. So you need to go to services from here, and what you need to do, you need to add a service. I have already added that one. So all of the code which I am explaining to you, whether it is a code change or screen change, you can see here, but the code change I will just uh, provide the GitHub URL so that you can take it from there and you can understand it. So now what I'm going to do that I'm going to this one services, and let me show you what I'm doing in edit. So you need to create a service machine readable name here, server rest, and part to endpoint will be test underscore service. So this endpoint means how will you access, you will get to know that our service is running or not. And we need to enable session authentication, then we need to save it. So it's already saved. So uh, now again I'm going here, and then you need to go to this is our edit that we saved recently, server, no need to touch it. So yeah, basically we need to select JSON and application JSON because we need to send our request and response in the form of JSON. So authentication no, resources, yeah, because you are dealing with the user, because we need, in this meeting I am providing that uh, how we just make sure that a user is logging into the system and log out from the system. So for basically doing this, we need to provide our resources here, and for providing resources here we need to create a module. So I have already created it, you don't need to know that, I will explain the code. So what you need to do, let me just go to that particular module. Mm, yeah, this is my module. So basically uh, this is my info file. I have created a module like this. This is my info file, and this is my module file. So in module file, there is one hook that we need to implement, that is hook underscore services underscore resources. So this is our hook that I provided. You need to include the file in which we'll write the resource definition. So here we have provided API version. So you can check whatever the API version we are providing in services module file. So I'm not going to cover that, but you can provide 3001, 3002 as per your need. Uh, so module load include, you need to do that, and after that resources. So this is our resource definition and you need to return with that. So this means that this will merge this particular array and whatever we'll receive from this particular function into one array, then we will return it. Okay, so what will happen, that when this function will get called, this function will call this particular function. Now we need to go, since we have given the path till resources, so we need to go to resource folder, we need to open test.inc file, and this is our inc file. So this is resource definition. Here I am, this is my endpoint. Okay, and actions means, action stands for post, whatever post request we want to make. Since in our case we are dealing with the user information, so we can't just explore it into the form of get, so everything should be in the form of post. So this is our endpoint, this is our post request name which will pass in the URL, and this is our the data, whatever type of arguments we need to pass. So in help function we will pass test point, what it is, access callback. Access callback means what type of authentication we'll called. when this particular our function will get called. Okay, access argument config that we need to pass here. We can apply certain conditions there. Callback is something which will get called when our services will get called. Okay, so file inc test services same and test.inc file. Okay, this is the definition, and here I am providing these arguments. So we need to pass this argument in the post request. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you that how we'll so this is the code that I have written. Now let me go to this thing. Now after doing this much of code, what will happen, we need to go to this resources. So at the time you will see here test point. You need to enable checkpoint, okay, for checking that our services is working or not, is providing authentication or not. So this is for checking. And moreover, for login you need to just check these following: login, logout, and most importantly token. So you need to check all these three. So after that we need to save it. It's already saved, not a worry. Edit, this should be checked, and this should be the endpoint path. Okay, so resources again, that is coming from our inc file and all resources. Okay, so this particular service is for checking our authenticity of the user. This is for logging out, logging in the user. This is required because by this token we will be able to identify whether user has been logged in or logged out. Okay, so let's go to postman. So now this is my Drupal root folder path. So here my endpoint of the service, and this is nothing but the this one, the endpoint name, this one. Okay, and then we have provided authentication for sorry, then we need to provide URL, and URL will be since this is linked to user, so user/user and /login. Okay, so this will be the post request. Let me tell you again, this will be the post request. So I have made it post, headers, content type JSON, body this much, username and password. So let's click on send. Okay, so now I got the token this much. So what does this mean? This means that I am logged into the system. I got the token. Okay, I am logged into the system. So this is how you do it. But if you need to log out from there, what you need to do, you need to go to this service test point, sorry, user, and log out. This must be a post request. Body you can make it empty, and you need to pass here token. So when you will do this, after that click on send. So it is saying CSRF validation failed because we have entered incorrect token. So what we need to go, we need to input correct token here. User is not logged in. So let me try again. Yeah, we need to paste this one. So let me post it. User is not logged in again. Let me check whether there is something wrong here or not. User login. Here everything's look okay. Yeah, just send it again. Okay, now I got the new token. I'll copy it. Since I need to log out the user, so I need to copy it again. Body, I'm just sending it. Yeah, so body is just empty, and then it is returning true. So it means our user is logged out. So this is how user login logout work through our API services module. So this is very important when we create any service Drupal and we want to just make sure that user is logged in with all kind of authentication and all. So this helps pretty much. Okay, now how we'll check that this particular authentication is working or not. So for doing this one, we need to log in again, and we need to copy this token, and we need to go to this API test service test point check. What is this? Let me explain to you. This is the test point API that we created by module. So test point where we have created. Let me go to the code again. So this is our info file, this is our module file, this is our resources that I provided, module include, and we need to go over resource definition. So in this definition I have provided this test point and check. So this test point our URL and will identify with this check. So we need to provide like this test service test point like check, and since this is a post request, so you need to pass here type hello world, whatever you need to pass, because here I am passing some argument there, so you need to pass in that body in the form of JSON, remember, and headers. So we need to pass here. If we pass this outdated token, so what it will do, let us check. CSRF validation failed because this token is wrong, so we need to pass the correct tokens. Okay, so it is saying that message equal to success. It means the token that we got from here is making us successfully log into the application. Okay, so let me log out it from here. CSRF validation frame seems our token is wrong here, so we need to put correct token here because we were using outdated one. So send it. So I think we need to place the correct token here. Yeah, need to copy it, paste it. User is not logged in again. Okay, let me, this is the thing, and pass here the same and pass here the same, send it, success. Here we have copied the same, true. So I mean this is the flow for testing the API. So this is how we do it. So let me just give a brief recap what I did. I explained how user login and user logout works in Drupal system. Through services module, I created a custom service for just cross-checking that whether I am an authenticated user or not. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, folks. Please post your comments, share your reviews, and thank you very much again.